Hello. In these videos we will be going through the process of adding your own custom blocks to SB Pro. There will be several videos in this series where we will cover every section in detail. This first video goes over the actual template files as you would create them. Within SB Pro, every single block is contained within its own HTML file. What I have done right here is I have downloaded the Bootstrap CSS framework, and using this framework I have created two sample blocks. We have a header block here and we have a content block. So essentially every one of these blocks is a typical HTML file with typical HTML elements. You see here we have everything wrapped inside an HTML tag. We have a head section, a body section, and so forth. Add your CSS to the head section, add your scripts just before the closing body tag, as you would usually do. Now, the first thing to pay attention to here is the first element inside the body. In our header block right here, this div has an ID attribute of page. And for SB Pro to function correctly, it is essential that this ID matches this particular variable. You can find this variable in the assets, JS, modules, and then config.js. This file is the main configuration file for our page builder. And as I said, it's essential that this matches with the ID attribute of the first div. To keep things simple, I would just suggest to just use the same ID attribute, so you won't have to change your config.js module. Within this HTML element, you're essentially free to use whatever markup you want. I like to wrap my blocks in an additional div, to which we can apply some CSS, some styling that will apply to the entire block, like a background or color or other CSS attributes that we can modify inside the page builder. So normally what I will do is I will create a wrapping div with a standard class name of block, which I use for all of my blocks, and then I would add another class name here that is tied to this particular category of blocks, in this case a header. And here in content, this would be content. Please note that at this point these classes don't do anything because we haven't styled them, but in a production environment you would use these to apply a certain style to your blocks. Within here I'm just using some standard Bootstrap stuff. This is just a sample which I copy pasted from the Bootstrap site, and the same thing applies to the content block right here. And that is it for as far as our HTML goes. There are a number of markup attributes and bits and pieces that you can use throughout your markup that will connect with the page builder to activate certain functionalities inside the page builder. We will be covering these attributes in a different video because they're kind of separate to what we're doing right here. All right, that's it for the first video.